All right, my dear sisters, you are welcome to this special class on reviving passion, building very solid, unshakable connections, and enjoying your marriage even better and stronger than before. I am genuinely excited to have you here with me today, and let me tell you why I decided to hold this class. You see, recently, there has been a serious increase in infidelity from both men and women, but especially from the men. People say it rains everywhere. Some say men will always be men, on and on. But is it really true? I doubt so. However, almost every single day I receive messages from women crying, women confused, women shattered, women betrayed. Some tell me their husbands are cheating. Some say their husbands suddenly married a younger wife. Some are in polygamous homes where the husband now prefers the other woman and barely spends quality time in her place. So many issues similar along this line. And what even hurts the most is this. Some of these small girls taking over their men are young enough to be their daughters, while some, in some cases, are really so old that you wonder what they even see in them. Honestly, I get it. And I feel it deeply. No man deserves to be treated like an abandoned property in marriage, no matter how long they've been married for. Nobody deserves that. Age is nothing but numbers, because age is what we think and feel about ourselves in the heart. So whatever the situation of your own marriage right now, maybe yours has not reached that point yet, and I sincerely pray it never does. The purpose of this masterclass is simple: to equip you to prevent this kind of situation. That's to prepare you properly, or to stop it if it has already started in your case. So whether you're newly married, many years into marriage, or quietly struggling with distance, boredom, or same old routine in the other room, this session is for women who don't just want to stay married, but want to feel alive, want to feel desired, connected, and happy in their marriage again. Women who want to spice things up again. Women who want to dominate the other room and gain power, gain control. Women who want to kill boredom, skill up in the other room, and rebuild a bond that becomes very hard to penetrate. An unshakable bond, a fortress. I have seen women complain that their husband's side chick is not even fine. She just war, yet he keeps running back to her again and again. Or some say she's so old and even older than him, yet he can't seem to get enough of her. Honestly, my dear, in many cases, it is not about beauty. It's about the inner chamber skill. It's about connection. It's about excitement. It's about playfulness. It's about what happens in private. It's about who makes him feel alive again. This can be exhilarating and addictive. But don't worry, stay with me till the end, because this masterclass will open your eyes and you will not be disappointed. Now, let me say this gently to you. If you are here, it means something about your marriage has probably been bothering you quietly, right? Maybe the spark is gone. Maybe everything now feels like a routine, predictable, no excitement like your honeymoon days, nothing spontaneous, nothing fun. Or maybe you and your husband now feel more like roommates than lovers. My dear, whatever brought you here, you are in the right place, and you are very welcome. So let me quickly introduce myself to you. My name is Hajara Sani Mustafa. I'm a certified marriage therapist, woman coach, and relationship coach, and I am the founder of Deep Healing Counseling Solutions. I've been married for over 15 years. I'm a wife and I'm a mother of 4, and beyond all of these titles, I'm a woman who understands one very important truth. Love does not disappear suddenly in marriage. It fades quietly. When connection is neglected, life happens. We get busy, children, work, responsibilities, never-ending responsibilities. And many of us say things like, I beg, sex no be food. They tire. While some women just lie down and let him do his do. No participation, no connection, believing they are just fulfilling a duty, like a log of wood. Some lose interest because they feel we have come a long way together. We are no longer kids. While some say, he can no longer take me to cloud 9, so why bother? But what we don't realize is this. Every action has consequences. And this is where many of us women make a very costly mistake. We assume that because a man is married, responsible, religious, or getting older, his imaginations are switched off. My dear, it has not. I have heard too many stories from women who became too relaxed, who became too comfortable, who assumed their husbands had calmed down, only to later realize too late that they had not. Men have imaginations, very wild imaginations. They have fantasies, they crave fantasies, they have desires. So marriage does not erase that at all. What changes is whether those desires are expressed inside the marriage or they begin seeking expression outside. And please hear me well. I'm not in any way excusing cheating. Cheating is a choice. But neglect creates vulnerability. It creates temptation in the marriage. When a man feels emotionally disconnected at home, when intimacy feels mechanical, rushed, or absent, his imagination does not die. It looks for stimulation. Some turn to pornography, some turn to other places. And in today's world, temptation is everywhere. Some of us think, you should have outgrown all of that by now. But desires does not retire. So while you may be tired, busy, or too refined to get nitty and nutty in the other room, someone else may be offering excitement, admiration, playfulness, and curiosity. And slowly, the emotional door opens. This is why intimacy in marriage must be intentional. It must be warm, playful, and emotionally safe. Because when a man feels desired at home, his imagination comes back home too. Marriage does not usually break because of one big fight. No. It does not break overnight. No. It breaks because of emotional distance, boredom, silence, and same routine. You wake up, you cook, you take care of the children, you manage life, you take care of the bills, you remind him of his responsibilities, and slowly, playfulness disappears, laughter fades, intimacy becomes rushed like a duty, excitement dies quietly, everything becomes serious. Many women tell me this. They tell me, I still love my husband, but I don't feel close to him anymore. I miss how we used to laugh. And the saddest part is this. Most couples don't even notice when the drifts begin. They don't know when the gap starts. In fact, one woman once told me, she said, we didn't fall out of love. We just stopped doing the things that kept the spark alive. She didn't know how they even came to this spot. Marriage needs intentional connection, not assumptions. Let me tell you a story. I once worked with a woman recently. Let's call her Amina. That's not her real name though. She loved her husband like most women do. He was responsible, committed, present, and caring. But the marriage was a bit dull. No fun, no excitement, no shared moments beyond responsibilities. Conversations were only about bills, children, and problems. She didn't complain much because she believed at least he's religious and he's responsible. She believed they were both comfortable and they were okay. So she went about her daily business. She took care of the house. He provides at home and he was usually busy with work. She took care of the house, the kids, and attended to him only when he comes to her. She felt that going to him would be like disturbing him. She thought she was being a good wife, an obedient wife, a submissive wife. She assumed everything was okay in the house and even thought herself to be very lucky in marriage. When she see people complain online, some of her friends confides in her. In her mind, she counts herself lucky. Until one day, while casually using his phone, she saw messages, very shocking messages between her husband and a girl. The man in those chats did not sound like her husband at all. The kind of dirty languages he used on the chat, dirty messages, flirty chats. He was like a very different person, like he was really, really alive. She was surprised he could still crack joke. He was a funny man. She was like, wow, God, God, God. Her hands were just shaking. She could not control herself. At first, she thought to herself, could this be a mistake? Was she imagining things? Am I holding the wrong phone? But she looked again properly to be sure. It was still there and it was actually her husband's phone. And then she remembered. He used to be like that with her before, but that was ages ago. She thought they had outgrown all of that stuff. She thought life was too busy for such things now. For days, she could not sleep. Her blood pressure went up. Even her medications were not working for her. She was confused. Should she confront him or keep quiet? She didn't know what to do. She was not even sure what to do next. And that was when we met. She said she could not keep quiet and continue like she had seen nothing. Not while he was already considering marriage with the other girl. She told me she saw him talking about marriage with the other girl. She wanted to confront him, but since she told me they had a decent relationship with him, I advised her to have a real conversation with him, a heart to heart, if she doesn't want the matter to get out of hands. You see, the matter is very delicate and if not well handled, can easily go south. She felt very hot and could not think straight. But with my guidance, she had a heart-to-heart conversation with him and it went well. Thank God for that. Because she had seen cases where conversations would be turned against her. What were you doing with my phone? And all sorts of manipulative behavior from some of her friends. They told her their experiences. But while she had this conversation with him, maybe how she was guided to do it, he was open and honest with her. And she decided to calm down and give her marriage another chance. But she did not stop there. She worked on herself. She became intentional about intimacy. She showed up again, emotionally, physically, intentionally. It was not easy for her, but she was ready to fight, not just for her marriage and the kids, but for herself. She had invested too much in this marriage to just give it up at this stage. She realized something painful in the process. When she got married, she was more caring, more playful, and more available. But life happened, and she stopped trying. And it almost cost her everything. Now, I am not excusing cheating, no. But let's be honest, many men crave excitement and fun. They easily get bored, and sometimes we are too busy, too tired, or too refined to show up fully. You know, some of these men, they are not that smart. They can easily fall prey to temptations outside. Because, you see, there are no shortages of desperate girls out there. Girls ready to snatch other people's husband. Girls who are desperate to become a Mrs. with or without a soft baby girl's life. Some just want to live easy life, you know. Some may not even mind spending on him. They don't mind being the one that will be spending on him. They'll even make the life easy for him. Some will not mind cutting him off from his family just for him to focus only on them. All sorts of characters of girls out there waiting for you to just sleep, waiting for a tiny chance to jump in. My dear sisters, marriage demands intentional effort, but most of us get too relaxed and complacent over time due to our busy schedules. Some of us that bother just do kaya mata, forgetting about the skills that builds up intimacy. The act that makes intimacy most memorable and unforgettable. The act that builds that solid emotional bond that makes only you dominate his thought 2/7. Intimacy should be sweet, memorable, mutually fulfilling, and should leave him craving only for you. And yes, it is very possible because it does not rain everywhere. Note that. Yes, I say it with my full chest. It does not rain everywhere. There are many faithful husbands out there. Husbands who are well taken care of in the other room. Amina almost lost her home to someone who did not labor for anything and just wanted to reap where she did not sow. But she chose to step up and do better. She reintroduced playfulness, curiosity, shared experiences, and she became more naughty and bolder in the other room. And everything changed for her. My dear, this is not kaya mata at all. It is something much more powerful and transformative altogether. During this time of her life, Amina learned that marriage thrives when friendship and fun are protected. She learned that age is just a number and that no matter how long you have been married for, you need to keep the passion burning. You need to keep the momentum heavy. Surprises once in a while, all the time, not doing the same things every day because passion does not survive on love alone. She learned that its passion survives on connection, novelty, and emotional safety. We were taught endurance as women, not enjoyment. We were taught patience, not pleasure. Nobody taught us how to give pleasure. And let me say this plainly, because someone needs to say it. Many women do not lose their husbands because they are bad wives. No, they lose them because they stopped being good lovers. We become excellent mothers, excellent homemakers, excellent managers of everyone's life. But we retire from romance. We stop flirting. We stop teasing. We stop inviting our husbands emotionally. Intimacy becomes something to just get done, not something to enjoy. And yet, we are shocked when a man responds to someone who makes him feel wanted, admired, and alive again. This is not because you are not enough. No, it is because connection has been neglected. Marriage does not only need responsibility, it needs desire. Not pressure, not performance, but playful, safe, mutual desire. If you stop showing up as a lover, someone else will gladly audition for the role. I'm not applauding cheating because nothing justifies it. But this is one uncomfortable truth many women don't want to hear but need to hear. The truth is this. Intimacy grows where laughter, safety, and joy exist. You can only create that unshakable connection when you know how to do it. In fact, one woman once said to me, after 7 years together, I totally forgot my husband was my friend before he became my responsibility. And honestly, that did not surprise me at all because most of us women are guilty of the same. And let's be realistic. Advice alone does not fix emotional distance. Talking alone does not rebuild friendship. It does not create that strong connection, the kind that becomes a quiet fortress around your home. You know, that kind of fortress some people accuse others of using juju to control their men. No be juju. It is the power of skills, experiences, shared moments, intentional actions, knowing what to do and how to do it properly. And I know that most women are struggling in silence and helpless, just like the case of Amina. Women who want to make their marriages better, create unshakable connection in their homes, and also create unbreakable bonds. Women who want to enjoy the homes they build from scratch peacefully and happily together for a long time to come. Women who do not want to lose their homes to home wreckers. And that is exactly why I created the couples game. Revive the passion in your marriage and create strong connections and everlasting memories together. This is not childish games. It is not Oyibo nonsense. It is a connection tool. Something you can open tonight, immediately, even if you're tired, even if life is busy, even if you are the only one initiating it. Because one intentional partner can shift an entire home. Inside couples games, you don't just play, you relearn how to laugh together again, how to talk freely without tension, how to flirt and tease him, how to touch without pressure, how to create moments that quietly soften hearts and reopen doors that routine closed. You learn how to rebuild emotional safety, spark desire naturally, and turn ordinary evenings into memories that remind you why you chose each other in the first place. Now, imagine this. Imagine you are no longer walking on eggshells in your home. Imagine you are at peace knowing there is no room for any side chicks in your home. Imagine conversations now feels lighter. Laughter returns unforced, naturally. There is warmth in your home again. Not because everything is perfect, but because connection is alive again. Imagine feeling like partners again and not roommates. Imagine your husband responding differently because something shifted and you didn't even argue to get there. You didn't have to sweat it or stress yourself. It happens naturally due to your new skills. So let me ask you something honestly. If your marriage stays exactly the same for the next 2 years, same routine, same distance, same silence, would you truly be okay with that? Be honest with yourself. Because time will surely move whether or not you act. Time is not stagnant. And marriage does not get better before you invest in it. No, it gets better because you do. Because you invested in it. That is the only thing that can change. When you do things differently, you get a different result. Many marriages do not need fixing. No, they only need to be revived. And revival never happens by accident. It happens through intention. So if you are ready to see that transformation in your marriage, if you are ready for a great change in your marriage, to create that unshakable, deep connection, like a fortress, if you want to ready to create a solid fortress in your marriage, click the link under this video now. Get Couples Games Bundle, a powerful bundle designed to help you reconnect emotionally, physically, and mentally. And here is the part I don't want you to miss. For the first 10 women, this comes with 5 carefully chosen bonuses created to support the same goal, which is deeper connection, stronger intimacy, and lasting memories. Tools that would normally stand on their own. Tools that usually on their own cost a lot of money, but they are included so that you are not just inspired, you are fully supported for free. This isn't just something you read. It is something you experience together. And if you have never experienced what Amina went through in her marriage, do not create room for gaps in your own home. Don't wait until the thing that happened to Amina happens to you, because no woman deserves to experience what Amina did. Too many women have lost their peace and their homes to distance that started quietly. But that will not be your story. Click to get your copy now with the free bonuses attached. Your marriage is worth the effort. You deserve peace of mind and you are not too late. You can always start now. I will meet you on the inside. A stronger and more beautiful marriage is possible and it is waiting. Click to get your copy now.